Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to properly overseed and renovate your lawn, doing it right the first time. So let's get to it. So this is my neighbor's lawn here, guys, 1,200 square feet of relatively unkept turf. This turf was installed about 12 years ago, contractor grade sod. Now, the sod that they put down here is obviously gonna be very low quality, low cultivars that are used. So today we're gonna revamp this entire yard. We're gonna take it down to dirt. We're gonna scalp, dethatch, core aerate, backfill, overseed, top dress with peat moss, fertilizer, and water. So I'm going to show you the process. First step you guys want to do is you want to scalp the yard. What this is going to do is this is going to remove all the top growth. We want to discourage all this existing grass from growing because we're going to be introducing higher quality grass seed in hopes that the new stuff will overtake the old stuff. So the first step we got to do is scalp it down. So step two, guys, is you're gonna wanna dethatch. Using these spring tines, it's gonna pull up all the dead material laying just below the surface. The whole reason why you wanna dethatch is that you wanna remove as much of this dead material as possible. You don't want your precious seeds sitting on top of all that goop. So we're gonna use the Allett today with the scarifying attachment. We're gonna go over the lawn in two different directions and try to remove as much of this junk as possible.
Step 3 in this process is going to be core aeration. Core aeration is going to help to relieve soil compaction. Here in Southern Ontario, we have a very heavy clay-based soil. So in this case, I'm actually going to remove all the cores from the lawn in order to make room for our new soil that's going to be coming in. In this case, I'm going to be using a 50-50 masonry sand to triple mix ratio. The reason why I'm incorporating sand into the soil profile is to increase percolation rates. So you can call up any one of your local landscape supply companies and ask them to custom mix you whatever blend you want. In this case, I'm using 50-50, but depending on your soil type, you may want to add more or less sand depending on how clay-based your soil is. Step 4 of this process is to spread the soil evenly throughout the yard. Now, the general rule of thumb is to order 1 cubic yard per 1,000 square feet. Now, because I know there's a lot of low spots in this yard, I ordered extra. So there's a few different ways that you can do this. You can just shovel it onto the yard and spread it out. But I found over the years using one of these Lansy peat moss spreaders is the easiest and fastest way in getting a nice even coating throughout the yard. Now, when you do find low spots in the yard, you will have to dump a couple shovelfuls into those areas in order to level them out. Step 5 is to work the top dressing into the canopy of the grass. This is going to help your top dressing fill all the aeration holes that we plugged out. You can use a broom, rake, or in this case, a leveling rake. I've been using these Lansy leveling rakes for a few years now, and they do an amazing job. When dragging these leveling rakes, they will help to knock down the high spots and fill in the low spots. The more you drag these around, the more the top dressing will get worked into the canopy. Step 6 is to overseed. This is where you want to spend a little extra money and throw down an elite variety of grass seed. One of the biggest mistakes I see people doing is buying low quality seeds from big box stores. Choosing a high quality seed that has been clinically tested, free from weed seeds, will outperform anything you can buy from big box. For this lawn, I'm using Alpha Centauri ryegrass from Striped Seed Company with an overseeding rate of 8 pounds per 1,000 square feet. I prefer to use hand spreaders for smaller yards for better control. Set your spreader on a low setting and walk over the yard multiple times in different directions to ensure even coverage. Once your seed is evenly spread, grab a leaf rake and drag the seed into the top dressing to increase your seed to soil contact. Do not forget this step. Step 7 is to add a seed covering. This step is optional, but in my opinion will only increase your chances of success. Adding a light layer of peat moss over the yard will help to maintain moisture levels during the crucial germination process. You can spread this by hand, or using a peat moss spreader will make it easier and more efficient. Step 8 is to add a starter fertilizer. You want to find a fertilizer that has a high phosphorus content or the middle number on the bag. Phosphorus is going to be crucial for those early root development stage. Adding it into your hand spreader, just like the seed, you want to set it on a low setting and go over the yard multiple directions to ensure an even coverage. Step 9 is to water the lawn. Now, this is going to be the most critical step of the overseeding process. Even letting your seed dry out one time could result in the seed dying. My recommendation is if you can't be home to water, get one of these programmable water timers from Amazon. You can go into the settings and set it for about 4 times a day, 5 to 7 minutes per cycle. This is going to make sure that the seed stays moist at all times during the germination process, where it is the most vulnerable. After 2 weeks of doing this, you can start dialing down your water to once a day and then to every other day and so on and so forth. And in about a month, this will be totally transformed.